do exactly that. Exile will have the Julies out as we ponder what might be happening on that Wednesday. Turn of fire with a lot of presence shown, a lot of legs on those wood planks, making their way up the ramp. Cloud9 won't be shy to exchange.
Oh, an Eternal Fire completely go silent on this side. Maybe faking that they could be going back to B. Cloud9 will fall for it, though. Here come the fights. Electronic spotted them first, but it's Hobbit who strikes from the other side. Eternal Fire need to decide if they want to go into this. They know there was a crossfire between these two angles. They don't have nades to get Electronic out of sandbags. An easy A site to take right now.
Storied gentleman, Hobbit, family man. Delivered at the highest levels. Brings plenty of wisdom to this Cloud9 side, who have a man advantage in what remains of this pistol. 4 on 3. Dropping of the bomb. That will certainly buy some time for Cloud9. Those smokes won't be there forever. What now then? 20 seconds for a turn of fire as they back up, but really, this is killing their time. woxic pulling out a pistol. How do you get a bomb plant here? 15 seconds and the urgency is rising. Santares moving to the site to his doom. Nothing left for a turn of fire in his pistol. Cloud9 will take it. Turn of fire showing early presence up the ramp. Maybe inviting an over-rotation that never came.
Yeah, Cloud9 just stick to their setup. Hobbit getting really good timing on that fight against Major. Those other players up ramp weren't far enough round yet. Electronic found that little gap, and then even with the smoke up, you can see that Cloud9 can fight ahead of it. Stall Eternal Fire. Just have so many players towards that A bomb site. End up being easy pickings for Cloud9, as this round should be as well. Be a single P250 purchased by Eternal Fire. So a great chance for Cloud9 to get off to a great start here.
I do wonder what is happening next week, Wednesday, because a lot of people think the game isn't quite in a ready state. I'm sure there'll be updates between now and then. But as is true of some maps when they're introduced, not in their final state, maybe we'll just have to get everybody playing it and get on with it.
It does feel like it could be bait, doesn't it? But actually, I don't know what else it could be, because it can't just be nothing.
Yeah, I mean, would it be worthwhile? I mean, maybe they do a full beta release or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because anything less than that would just trigger people and not be good. You know, full release of the game.
Unless it's like a significant update to the beta that like actually changes a lot. Maybe. But I don't know if
like if it is going to be a games as a service situation, like, you know, Overwatch just getting wrecked for Overwatch 2, or you know, Overwatch 1.1. Then there'll need to be a grace period for organizers to finish their CSGO related events. So it will be a curious time indeed. Certainly there will be lots of upgrades to the game to come in terms of how it feels for people, but Eco round has come and gone. Eternal Fire will have utility for this round. Plenty of it. Calyx will sacrifice an AK-47 for full util as he looks for his first kill. There's one of the newer faces on Eternal Fire, Arcadia. I feel like there was a long period in North America as they looked to find parity with Europe, where you had the recycling of the same names. And I suppose that there's a microcosm of that with Eternal Fire and the language barrier and so on. Nice to see some new bloods wear the black and gold colors for Eternal Fire. See how it plays out for them.
See, in this round, the rifles certainly favor Eternal Fire. Cloud9 have kept their bonus weapons. Those MP9s definitely have close range options on Vertigo, so don't count them out. Especially towards that B site, if it gets a little scrappy, MP9s could be very spicy indeed. Let's see here, Eternal Fire, incredibly happy to just run down the clock. 42 seconds remaining. We'll finally start using some utility into this B bomb site. It's like a pacey play here. Axel trying to play anti-flash. They could be in trouble though. Two players trapped in the corner. It's Major to spray two away. Hobbit still here though. And the bomb has been denied. The rest of the players taking too long to follow this up. Might struggle to get that bomb back.
Fishing for something, woxic with that grenade, not quite getting there. Calyx will boldly just run and collect the bomb and plant it. No messing about, but he will be collapsed upon. Hobbit with two more to make it 4 in total with that MP9. Great work by him, dancing left and right, throwing the HE and then following up. Staying alive, holding position, buying time for rotation. Man like Hobbit, full of wisdom. 3-0 for Cloud9.
Eternal Fire, definitely a team that really like these set plays. I've noticed in the past, they love calling just these executes in rounds, but this time they had two players throwing nades from mid. So that means once these trades go back and forth on the B site, it's this kill from Hobbit that means they don't have the bomb. They no longer have that foothold. And Hobbit running, gunning with the MP9. Great spray with that SMG. Good signs for Cloud9 early. They had 3 CTs ready and waiting on that B side of the map. Now they have a good chance of taking a 4-0 lead up against the half buy of Eternal Fire.
This is quite a rough buy from EF. Oh, too much leg. Exile will be comfortable for now. Back on the perch then. Who's next? He's Xantares, not going to transfer. Xantares basically taking one for the team to try and get the trade there with the weapons they have. That also fails. Lovely transfer. That'll keep Exile warm for the next few rounds. Major and Calyx then trying to do some economical damage. Proving to be quite hard. And with Shiro waiting for them, perhaps it gets even more harder. Even more difficult, even.
Looks like Calyx gets one. See if there's anything else going. He's really hoping they peek him. They will not. You will have to come to them. And the AWP at range secures it. Solid start for Shiro. He's got that AWP out early. Sure, he will be delighted with that. The economy is going to look good for Cloud9. You win that bonus round. You keep your guns in this one. Only a tiny bit of damage done. Have an early focus then on Eternal Fire towards this B site. See what the second gun round has to offer. They do now have that AWP out from woxic. He said earlier he was pointing out in an interview he feels confident to call for picks when he wants to. Seeing that in this round though, we're seeing the B side in play and Perfecto gets that little bit of info for the spam through. Axel hits him with a 1-2 punch. Eternal Fire can't even get B stairs this time.
It's going to be a hard angle for Calyx to deal with. Hobbit quietly backing off. Not wanting to give Eternal Fire an easy way back into this one. I do wonder if they're actually going to go for anything here, Eternal Fire, unless they are gifted an opportunity for a frag by Cloud9. Not much money in the bank for Acadia and Xantares. So the next round might not be much better, even if they do save. Perhaps that's why they'll go towards the B-bomb site together. woxic can molly the site. Hold angles while the team push in. Axel's actually fairly alone here. Perfecto's got no support flashes for him, but he is on the site pretty promptly. Uses teammate as bait. Down goes Calyx. Axel still at the back of the site. He just needs to stay alive. They have to deal with him one way or another, otherwise this bomb's not getting planted. They won't deal with him, he'll deal with them. 5-0 for Cloud9.
This is looking sharp indeed. I mean, that was great for Perfecto.
Wow.
Just a little bit of info. Spam on through. Axel gets another. And this B site looks pretty impenetrable right now. Gonna be honest. Axel does a good job just playing behind the pillar. Always a nice spot to play, especially if you have two CTs there. You can often play off your teammates, survive for quite a while, as long as you have a smoke if it gets mollied. Surprised if Eternal Fire have to turn their attention elsewhere. The upcoming rounds, that B site has not been a weakness.
So far so good for Cloud9, not too much to complain about. Not too many frags for Eternal Fire. Money's looking good, situation is good for Cloud9. They're comfortable, the feet are out in the thick carpet. Smoking jackets are on. Eternal Fire are being enrobed in lead, one round after another. Do not have much to show for it. Not in the name of frags. Lightning fast start for Cloud9.
Across. I mean, again, they're just going to test this B site by the looks of things. Or at least try and get B stairs control, which they struggled to get last time. Start might give a different thing for Cloud9 to think about. Oh, Exile! Oh, he's about to get flashed in, so the timing was awkward on the boost up, but he still responds with the headshot. Perfecto's turn to chime in. This is the individual prowess we know Cloud9 have, and they are just not losing many fights right now. Okay, they lost that one.
Yeah, Cloud9 are very comfortable, just in general at the moment. They're not too disturbed by Eternal Fire's action so far in this game overall. Now they're maybe taking their foot off the gas a little. Hobbit's normally good for a cleanup, but this has actually been made winnable. Major with 2 HP, nice pre-fire from him. They only need to connect one bullet. Even through the wall would be enough. He will be fragged after time. Getting griefed by Cloud9. They made it expensive, but again, Cloud9 have made so much money. If Eternal Fire could get around in the next 1 or 2, then maybe there's a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, they need something here. It is getting out of hand. Alil is walked by Major into this one. Oh, woxic had the opportunity. Fast up ramp, but this shot. Cloud9 get away with one early in this round towards that ledge position. Elsewhere, Calyx has found an opener though. So finally, a good start for Eternal Fire. Let's see if they can snowball that into a round win.
Last round ended up being pricier than Cloud9 might have needed it to be. That could come to bite them in the bum if Eternal Fire can find a first round here. Oh, swing and a miss from Shiro. Difficult to find another angle at such close range. He will be exploded, and that might be the round. Not really much for Cloud9 to pursue at this point. See if one tries to rescue the AWP. Apart from that, this one is done though. 500 HP for Eternal Fire.
Take that all day. hunt is on. Xantares gets another one. Cloud9 have a bit of money in the bank. So I think if our Eternal Fire want at least 3 or 4 alive, make sure that your economy stays good. It is your map pick after all. And make sure you get a few more T-gun rounds. A few more chances to get T rounds on the board. This was that opening kill from Calyx. The aggression from Axel came in. And confident after his success towards that B site. Finally, Eternal Fire break through that. Wow, that's all it needs for Cloud9 to take a timeout. Groove wants to talk with the team.
Either to break that momentum. Because that might do look a little bored at the moment. But the thing is, they are risking getting broken as well, so they need to keep their focus for sure. The door is opening just a little further for Eternal Fire to get their foot in. Cloud9 will try to shut that down now. Let's see what they can do. This is the pick of Eternal Fire. Lots to play for then. woxic with minimal impact so far. Just a 1 kill. KDR sending it straight up and dropping electronic. That's a very promising start for Eternal Fire.
Saw woxic almost get a pick on that position with the ult previously. This time electronic a little too late there. The rifle had already made it all the way up. Rest of Cloud9 not there to back him up. So maybe this A ramp position is one that Eternal Fire can go back to. Try and get that early fight. They've been struggling to win in prior rounds. What did Cloud9 do? They're a man down. They don't have A ramp control either. Happy sitting back, trying to get maybe a kill or two and play retake. Looks like it because Hobbit is alone on A right now. Taking that risk of leaving him here. How much can Hobbit do? The nade comes in, but he's not ready for Xantares to be there so soon. And Cloud9 may just have to give up on this round at this point, or at least consider if this is worth going for.
Yeah, surely they need to. Once the bomb's been planted, that might be the death knell for this round. Now they're just on the edge every round, Cloud9, trying to hold on. Eternal Fire slowly creeping forth. No one dying again will be great for them as well. Keep that pressure going against Cloud9. Things feeling dramatically different now all of a sudden. First map of the series, if you're just joining us, our second game of the day in Group D. Group 3, Stream A is live at the same time. Plenty of Counter-Strike to come this week. Eternal Fire 4 rounds behind Cloud9 at the moment. There's Newman Wicadia, 4 months on the squad. Good for the entry. Being the can opener for the team. Hasn't been too crazy from either sniper just yet. That'll show that there's depth and levels to what both these squads can do, which are to come. Wicadia looking to send it once again. This time I do wonder if Shiro's going to be ready for him. Is the peak coming? A traffic jam for Wicadia. Instant trade from Shiro. Does he stand and fight? Does he try and fall back? Xantares hopping up. Get an exchange of flashes to try and take the angle. Hobbit's creeping as well. Down goes Shiro, down goes Hobbit, down goes the economy at Cloud9.
Yeah, they really wanted to stick around on that ramp position, Cloud9, and I think you saw Shiro hoping that the incendiary, or assuming maybe the incendiary, could force someone away from that sort of sandbags ledge area. So he went out into the open and perhaps didn't realize Xantares was going to be there. That being an easy kill for Xantares. woxic got a frag of his own. And so that A ramp Looks like it could be a problem position right now for Cloud9. A few mistakes and maybe a few rounds where they're getting caught off guard in that position. If Eternal Fire will continue to try and use that. Also got to wonder for Cloud9, how much depth do they have on that A site? Are they going to be happy playing back from the bomb site in the future? You have to be very controlled and very confident in your team play and your retakes. Just play back towards the site itself over on A. But for now, much more like it from Eternal Fire. Slowly building some success on this T side. That is now 3 rounds for them. It's the first shot from Shiro. The molly actually missed him, but here you see, all out in the open, nowhere to go back to. Cloud9's money finally in a questionable position. I think they could have maybe scraped out a 4-spy if they wanted to. Instead, 3 rifles in this round for Cloud9.
Eternal Fire coming to life in this first half then. Looking rough for a moment. Now it seems we've got a game on our hands. Santaro's at 4 HP will take the AWP. How often do you see that? Holding the angle from the back. Trying to keep their numbers up. Got most of the util as well. The only flash for the squad. 3 rifles remain for Cloud9. This is still winnable for the CT side. They're all more or less committed to A. Exile's having the occasional look towards mid. And C9 are holding on to their util. They're playing a reactive game, a responsive game. Eternal Fire cut noise. Instant counter util then from Cloud9 as we see that usual wall of smoke on the A-bomb site, the infamous. There's that one flash then delivered. Are there enough frags though? Looks like there might be. 2 on 2. Electronic falling back, but got to be careful about his 6 because Calyx is waiting for that smoke to go. And he'll catch him just in the nick of time. That leaves Exile in the 1 versus 2. Calyx creeping forward to deliver that headshot. An awkward round towards the end for Eternal Fire, but they still deliver.
Yeah, nice recovery there from Calyx for Eternal Fire after the round looked like it could have gone wrong. This was Antares getting that first fight against Shiro. And woxic got another kill, and you feel like they're in great shape, but Flash gets Perfecto in play. Electronic then has Axel alongside him as they took that risk of stacking A. Really works out. And a cheeky peek there from Calyx. Works for Eternal Fire. 4 rounds secured. Flash forces Axel back. Very nearly got caught in the back there. He's down to 39 health from the nade. Has to be careful here. Eternal Fire might continue to pressure him. Oh, there was a nade that just landed on default. Axel's dodging the nades well enough.
And he dodged Antares with an AK though. Robot name is here. Still a long way to go in this round. Still north of a minute. Cloud9 got a few smokes in the hole. They've deployed 1 of their 3. Nice angles. Electronic loses half his health without seeing anyone. But have a look at this util from Eternal Fire. This suggests an A play. Again, that wall of smoke looks like it'll be leaned upon once again. Or will it? 40-second mark. Calyx sees Exile poking forth, looking for info. Catches Perfecto as well. Touch awkward angles. Time for that green light. And they're lining up for Hobbit, but there are so many targets. The trade is all but guaranteed, and it is delivered by Calyx. Eternal Fire happy to use the clock, making Cloud9 feel uneasy and walk to their doom, punished peeking for information.
exit kill is all that Shiro can acquire out of this round because those entries from Calyx were just way too much for Cloud9 to handle. And credit to Calyx, he's starting to find some good moments in the mid-round scenarios, sometimes even in the late round previously. But this time, just gets a really good timing window. It's another exit kill for Electronic. CT economy is bad, and Eternal Fire have a good amount of cash. So they're willing to invest a few players into just trying to get this one gun away. They will do exactly that. No save for Electronic. Just the one rifle carried on over by Shiro. Suddenly, Eternal Fire, they're just finding these fights now. They're just winning a lot of these early duels. And that's making such a difference here.
Such a dramatic shift in this one half of Vertigo. Cloud9's lead still exists though, but not for long it looks like. Happy to wait out the util, wait out the desperation, the urgent plays from Cloud9. We have no flashes this time. See them try and make plays through the smoke and so on, but how will they find a way in a round with minimal utility?
So close. I think it's very important to know when you are visible to those boosts, though. Clearly, Arcadia, aware that he needs to be close angle. He's lurking up mid. There is a player watching this. Perfecto's back towards spawn, but Shiro didn't seem to realize Perfecto's playing it passive. That's another entry from Major. They've got that kill towards B as well. Eternal Fire are just finding all these openers right now.
How are a team like Cloud9 just running into mid and getting shot like that for free? With no information. Eternal Fire are in the middle of mids. What is that, a miscommunication? That's bizarre. That does not bode well for this Vertigo. If they're lacking in understanding what could be compromised, what they've left open. That's a very expensive error. That will lose them their lead then, as Eternal Fire will tie the score. Their slow pace is brutalizing Cloud9. They don't seem to have the patience for it.
Yeah, I'm glad that Eternal Fire have switched up the way they're playing a little. They're going a little slower. Because maybe that is going to be when Cloud9 don't have that full chemistry we're used to. You see there, Shiro, maybe not 100% aware what his new teammate Perfecto is covering or watching. It's always an important thing to figure out when you're on a new team. woxic so aggressive, but Axar on the close angle. Don't try and spam him down either, so he's going to get away on full health. Calyx, who's jumped down to half health in the process. So that's more like it from Cloud9. They were finding their success. It was a lot of early fights going their way. Well, that will be a good, promising start for them after losing quite a few rounds in a row. That is 6 rounds lost in a row now for Cloud9.
Eternal Fire cut noise. Round 120. It's just brutal for Cloud9. They've got the 5-on-4 though. Got their incendiaries. They've got a great angle down the ramp as well in the hands of Shiro. Again, there's so much util for Eternal Fire. They're just chilling most of the rounds. Looking to execute. Oh, just the one then. Shiro may have seen something. Debating them. Arcadians are making no assumptions, but that will certainly run distraction then, making them focus on Shiro. Not one, but two bait setups for Cloud9. This will put them back into the lead once again. Shiro from out of nowhere. And Cloud9 take a step forward once more. Will they try to attack that timing of Eternal Fire? Again, cutting noise, not really using their util mid-round. That's something Cloud9 will try to exploit. That was an expensive round for them though, I think. They're looking good. They've got two AK-47s in the hole. Not too terrible for Cloud9. Not too terrible at all.
Yeah, really not too bad. I think there's a good chance here for Cloud9 if they can keep up. They're able to do in that previous round, get the early advantage, force Eternal Fire back into a plan B. Cloud9 were ready for them over towards A ramp. Got Major on the AWP at the start of this round, rather than woxic, who's been having a tough game so far. Flashes in, those nades are so good. Look at the damage, and they're even swinging off the back of them. It's actually woxic who gets a nade kill outright onto Hobbit, but still a 1-for-1 trade where Eternal Fire take so much damage.
Massive start for them. Only lost one player that last round, which will help in these dying rounds of the first half. Eternal Fire, though, could lose many. (27 HP for Xantares and Arcadia. Pretty rough way to take a duel. You can see Xantares is on the AWP once again. Noise cut once again. Cloud9 have learned their lessons with mid. They'll be more careful this time, off angles being held. Suddenly it becomes more urgent. Arcadia gets the information for his squad, but Perfecto's angle is very strong indeed. And it is pedestrian for him, these duels. Xantares nowhere to be seen as the time will soon run out.
That's beautifully done by Perfecto. He's so good in those anchor positions. He put his back against the wall. You ask him just to hold a spot. He's fantastic in those spots. And Cloud9, I'm sure, will be so thankful to have him. As soon as he became available, I'm sure they would have been licking their lips saying, oh, hello. This is a very promising player to get on our team. You see here, he's just holding a bit further back because he knows that first player is likely going to jump towards the site. He just continues to jiggle back and forth on that angle. He's slightly deeper than the standard angle you'd expect, so it's harder for Eternal Fire to clear him. Means he's able to get a big overperformance in 8th round. Cloud9 can go for 9 at the half. Again, they look to fight for B stairs. They've been a real nuisance in that position.
Makes no flaws from his position, but standing with most of his health, and that can be enough for now. How close will it be at half-time then? 9-6 could be promising for Cloud9, but then the start was promising for Cloud9. And that quickly changed. 7 rounds on the T side, with how things started, would be great for Eternal Fire. Great flash. What's going to happen here, though? Electronic blocks in a smoke. Instant trade by Eternal Fire. Continues to creep towards the A-bomb site. Great incendiary by Hobbit. Falling back again. Look at the util of Eternal Fire. They've been well equipped late on. It seems these smokes might be coming once again.
30 seconds. They have plenty of nades on the Eternal Fire side to go for this execute. They've got mollies, they've got smokes. Only the one flash, though. They've got to get Shiro off this angle, and the flash is on point. Shiro somehow gets away with a kill, finally traded. They haven't got that bomb down, though, with 14 seconds remaining, and Perfecto denies the push. It's up to woxic with little time left.
Hopping up to find Perfecto.
Oh.
4 seconds. He has to commit to the bomb plant. Has he got enough time? 1v1. Exile just around the corner. woxic moving away. Chance for a quick scope. A woxic special. Leaves the angle. He can play for the beeps now. He has no idea where Exile might be coming from. Exile is rounding the site, and woxic will win that last round for the squad. He'll keep the score close at half-time. A great comeback after a rough start for Eternal Fire.
Sonke kumnandi bonke abafazi bezala sonke si sexy sonke si flexy sizobusha shunga intuthu khala isigubhu olokaqa sizobumnandi sithamela ilanga siqokophaqa wozala shana wozala sidla ubusha wozodra wozala shana wozala sidla ubusha wozodroga izifoko ungasipotozina na ungasilokothisha na shaya igagas ungatheleki lana tsimbedla izinyo washa nayindandathu future phaqa siyahamba khala ubuqhafaqa sonke siyaqonza gobhoza umfula yikha dakiwe uthintathi na phika masiphikelana ngena isiqhephezana fika yenyo sigcwala nanku magwebo sishaya nqoko with the whip saka when you hit Sezi sonke kumnandi bonke abafazi bezala sonke si sexy sonke si flexy sizobusha shunga intuthu khala isigubhu olokaqa sizobumnandi sithamela ilanga siqokophaqa wozala shana wozala sidla ubusha wozodra wozala shana wozala sidla ubusha wozodra
Dopeness. Fire! My name sound like nails on a chalkboard. Hit you harder than the darts on a dartboard. Damn it, man, I'm creepy like Candyman in a pair of hammer pants with a hammer in his hand. Say what you want, say what you wish, but say my name and it sound like you breaking a dish. Say my name in a whisper like you making a wish. You said my name in the crowd like you afraid I exist. Say my name and it feel like you peeling off a scab that ain't really even healed yet. I don't even fear threats. I don't really feel what they feel when they fear shit. I feel like the pain at a funeral when tears strip. I don't even dodge shots. I dodge bullets like a child playing hopscotch. I dodge bullets like a breakdancer pop locks. I treat your bullets like it's b-ball and block shots. My tongue is made of razor blades. I think my body's made of steel and flames. It feels like fire when they speak
If you weren't here for most of the first half, it started great for Cloud9, but what has happened to their lead? Where has their communication been? Mistakes have been made. Eternal Fire have crept back. Their slow pace, painful for Cloud9, and we are very close as we move into this second half.
Very close indeed. Can Eternal Fire bring it all the way back on their map pick? They were 6-0 down at one point. Brought it back to 8-7 at the half. Barely behind. For this pistol, they've got Set of utility on Major. They've got 2 nades between the team. It's got a defuse kit as well, so playing retake is a possibility. May have to be, because Xantares is alone on A. Probably just going to be playing for the information here. A couple of shots is all he will get before he has to drop back.
2 smokes for Cloud9. And we see the usual affair on Vertigo. This is one of the reasons why I want this map just a bit. The bomb site's too shallow. So you get a lot of the wall of smoke. Kind of like Overpass a few years ago. You get the wall of smokes up. And here we go. How do you deal with it? 4 versus 5 for Cloud9. How many can Exile get from this position? 2 smokes to plant the bomb, a smoke on the bomb to try and win the round for return of fire. Down to a 2-on-2 though, as they're uncertain if it's being defused or not. Shiro's done the job then. Oh, has he? He's got a kick, Calyx, but he's been found by Shiro. The Glock is great for spamming. He will survive as well. 9-7 for Cloud9.
Just so many body shots getting spammed into that smoke. I think I saw 2 or 3 assists for Perfecto, and Shiro just consistently spamming to the body. I like the idea of Eternal Fire having those 2 nades, but they couldn't get the nades onto Hobbit before he planted the bomb. They get the kill on him as he's dropping back. At least gave them a chance on the retake with some utility remaining and that kit. It just gets into a scrap that Cloud9 are able to trade their way to success from. You have a force buy from Eternal Fire with 4 MP9s. Cloud9 have focused heavily on utility rather than weaponry. They've got a lot of SMGs on their side as well. Got to make sure it's the utility that helps them in this round. Eternal Fire can maybe force some fights, get some aggressive timing right. Maybe that could work for them. There's the first fight going the way of Wakadia. Some of Hobbit's nades dropped. Electronic gets the all-important trade, but Xantares there as a backup to his fallen teammate. Man advantage right now. Oh, and Xantares gets away with another kill. This is going terribly wrong for Cloud9.
Frustrating first map for them for sure. Cloud9, that is. Bomb's been collected, but where do you go from here? Xantares has got such an annoying angle. Almost good for an extra kill. Eternal Fire being proactive then. Perfecto moves away, and that could be his demise because the 5-7s are coming. woxic slowing down for now. Cloud9 being patient, almost looking for these plays from Eternal Fire, but Exiles aren't able to do anything about it. So what does Perfecto do? Does he give the AK away? 1 versus 3. 13 seconds on the clock. All he can do is make the TT stronger at this point. Big gets absolutely drilled by Calyx. Man, this looks very dicey for Cloud9 at the moment.
That's the risk you run, Cloud9 here. When you invest into all the nades and the MAC-10s, if you just get some aggression coming against you before you use your nades, you can just drop loads of your utility, and then you're actually in an awkward position. So unfortunate there for Cloud9, but fair play to Eternal Fire. Get that little bit of aggressive timing at the right moment. Now Cloud9's buy looks pretty bad into this one. Not even good utility this time. And the weaponry is also pretty poor. What an opener though. Axar with that Tech 9. Gets them a start towards B. Just some aggression from Eternal Fire that's gone awry. And Cloud9 convert from this position then.
The advantage of the B-bomb site for a round such as this is you're just so close with these pistols early. Especially when you can buy time with the flashbang. woxic's got to be careful, got to get his rifle out. He'll get it out in time. Support from Xantares as well. Still Dangerous scenario, 2v3. woxic down to 12 HP now. That's a big frag though. Flash support still coming in from Wicadia, and the score is tied. Eternal Fire are definitely threatening to take this pick of Vertigo. Cloud9 seem to be out of sorts at the moment.
Well dodged by Axel. That's how he got that first frag, but Zantares comes back in with a big triple kill. Good to see him on the board. He was a little quiet in that first half, but Zantares should be the best player on this team for Eternal Fire. It's a good sign. Yeah, I mean, listen, Cloud9, they won both pistol rounds here. But here in the second half, they've been reset straight away. That gives Eternal Fire a good opportunity to try and come through on their map pick. Cloud9 maybe just waiting out some of the utility from Eternal Fire here. Force some of these smokes to get report into the next round. They only have Glocks anyway. Don't have much of a chance of doing damage in this round. I don't mind this from Acadia. You're against Glocks. No need to stick around close range and risk giving away a gun. Why not just play at range instead?
4 on the way. Oh, they made that so awkward. Get a reload on that Galil. Electronic is surely gonna be gone soon. Might just be the 1 kill then for the Cloud9 squad. Exile's found the Galil though. He's got 20 seconds to die at this point. He's isolated the fights though. It's the Eternal Fire falling back. Try and guarantee the trade kill, worst case scenario. 10 seconds now as Exile's got to get it. Skates on. Zantares seems confused about the sound, looking the wrong way. That was strange.
Bit of a weird one. I can only assume he maybe just thought his teammates were already watching the other side. Because otherwise, I mean, it still doesn't make much sense. But hey.
Anti-flash? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, either way, that's pretty good damage for Cloud9 actually out of that round. Now Eternal Fire need to stay focused into this gun round. You get that out for woxic. It's an opportunity for Cloud9 to try and cause the CT economy some issues. Saw a lot of B stairs action in the first half. Eternal Fire playing back from the site. I think they just flubbed one of their flashes. Not the end of the world. See how this B defense is able to resist this push from Cloud9. It indeed comes in.
So many angles on this bomb site. Great headshot by Exile. And they are in a position to collapse immediately. woxic had an angle, but he's been flashed off. They've lost much position here at Eternal Fire. Their money's not great either. So what do? The site's somewhat cut in half by utility. Cloud9 haven't spread just yet. They're being very careful. Importantly, they've got no flashes left. So if woxic can keep an angle, then this could become very bizarre indeed. 30 seconds on the clock.
Come up.
What is Perfecto planning with this bomb? Moving behind the squad now as they make their way onto the bomb site. Oh, it's getting expensive for Eternal Fire. Very expensive indeed. woxic still hanging out in the 1v4. Surely he needs to save this rifle.
Well, I think they've realized it as well on the Cloud9 side. They know he wants to save this AWP. And hey, he's only got 4 bullets. They figure if we all run at him, it's probably not going to kill us all. There's the first. Good shot from woxic, but now...
That might be enough.
Different angles.
for Cloud9, because they might want to keep some money for themselves. They don't really have a lot. Comes down to priorities at the end of the day, I suppose, and they really wanted that AWP taken out of the hands of woxic.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're thinking they'll make money in this round as well, because Eternal Fire's cash should be screwed because of that earlier damage they did. Yeah, it just felt like Eternal Fire weren't ready for some of these fights. I mean, to be honest, Axel gets 2 through the smoke, which is kind of wild. Big round for Cloud9. Back to even. Yeah, they are indeed against basically no investment. So wouldn't be surprised if they use this opportunity to build up some cash. See, that free ult that Shiro got is nice. Flash means that Wicadia is forced back and Shiro can get onto the angle.
It works
I'm
quite
going to
well.
say 1 kill from this B stack. That's my guess.
Electronic with the right tool for the job. There's 1 kill.
Okay, well, hang on.
That was pretty prompt though, wasn't it? You're getting a little worried. Exile's ready for these angles on the B-bomb site though. He looks like he's been training this. Pre-fire maps maybe. A latecomer. Exile. Or late to the Cloud9 party.
Oh, it's so cheap up there. There we go. 1 kill indeed. Close though to Axel, very close. Got to remember, Axel also plays towards that B site on CT side as well, so I'm sure he's very aware of all these angles. Great to see Axel in good form though. I think some people are a little worried that maybe he was taking a dip recently in his form. But I think he's proving any of the doubters wrong, at least in this map. Big round here for Eternal Fire. They really need this. All their money invested into this one. They have that AWP out. Shiro denied with that AWP early. No pick for him. He's forced back by the utility. Looks like Eternal Fire will hold on to ramp, at least for now.
Hobbit saving years, Antares. The dance of utility to take position. Always reminds me of Cobblestone. Long path towards the site, snipers exchanging flashes to post up on the angle. Force the other one away. Calyx is a great spot. Exile takes one in the face. What could Perfecto do about it? Not an easy duel to get an angle on, but he will trade it. Big frag from Electronic. Everything's being covered by Cloud9. Has that bomb even been spotted yet? Can't have been. ADR swinging, finding 2, catching Electronic off guard. Getting traded, but still the bomb needs to be collected and rotated. 20 seconds on the clock. This one is going to be a race. They really need to hope that no one's on this bomb site. And Nathan and woxic are fully committed to B. 9 seconds to plant the bomb. Oh, just in the nick of time. Oh dear, that leaves Shiro in the clutch then. He's got a great angle for it though. No util for Eternal Fire. How do they combine? The sound cues. Swing too far, Shiro. Making a more defensive position. He's got the sound cues for Major, who's still not baiting the shot. There he is. Shiro still with a better angle than woxic, who somehow baits the shot there, but he goes back for another one. And Shiro will win round 12 for Cloud9. Such an awkward angle for Eternal Fire to attack from, but they didn't do it together either.
Yeah, Shiro, very good in those clutch scenarios. Cadia brought it back to a close position. They get the bomb down. That shot from woxic was great, but as you said, first player goes in. woxic was way too far behind. You thought when he baited out the AWP shot, he had a good chance, but I don't think woxic had his gun out. I think he was going for the higher movement speed. Once he got his AWP out, it looked like it was too late. Shiro lands their shot. That really could be a death sentence here for Eternal Fire if they're not careful. Shiro's won a couple of clutches now. Those might push Cloud9 over the line here because Eternal Fire down on a low buy. So just puts that smoke up. Try and lurk around it. Rest of Cloud9 so pretty heavily grouped outside B. Very non-committal though from Cloud9. They know they're against pistols. Just want to make sure they don't run into a stack if possible.
Aggressive turn of events in that 2v1 for Eternal Fire. Absolutely wiped their money. No losses for Cloud9. It's been a struggle at times, but you wonder if they're close enough to take this one over the line.
That's a question. I will say Shiro was always very good at clutches on Vertigo. I feel like around that A site, he's always a real threat. We've seen that throughout this map. See what Eternal Fire can do in this one. Pressure is on them at this point. Still have no money in the bank. Don't even have a kit in this round. So playing for retake, less of an option. CT side. Haven't seen too much mid play from Cloud9. Perfecto will get boosted up here. Start clearing these angles. Oh, and Shiro's found a pick with that AWP. 23 kills now for Shiro. Such a Shiro stat line. Most kills on the server, least deaths. Very efficient with his AWPing.
Great patience from Cloud9. Some revenge in that respect from Eternal Fire. They'll be spread like mustard now, but will they be as hot with what remains of Eternal Fire? 37 seconds as Cloud9 start to combine. Calyx still over towards B, but he's heading to that A bomb site now as well. Will there be a flash? Wacadia's the one with the flash, and he's the one in the smoke as well. This clock is really running down though as the utility dump continues. Wacadia standing, and no one checked for him. How's he found two? 10 seconds to plant his bomb, 2v2. This is chaos. What is happening in these rounds? They had all the time in the world. They had a 5-on-3.
Wow,
out there. What is how? This is I don't know what to say about some of these rounds that I'm seeing.
Okay, so that was the pick from Shiro. That was the kill from Electronic. You think, oh, they're in great shape. Wacadia's like, wait, I hear a bomb plant. They just don't clear that position, even though there's that smoke down. Then the lurking player can't get anything going. I mean, that could be a real game changer here. Now Cloud9's money, nowhere near as good. Should have been their round, but small oversight cost them in the late round. Wacadia is able to get away with a double kill. Don't have enough players in position to defend the bomb plant later on.
Shake.
Eternal. Yeah, Eternal Fire's money still very awkward though, gotta say.
Opportunity for Cloud9 to visualize closing out the map. And yet, a squandered opportunity may be something they live to regret. Let's see how it plays out, how it shakes out, if you will. What falls out of the tree. Now Eternal Fire have found a way to get closer. If they are to lose this round of Eternal Fire, then you would imagine that would be even more difficult to recover from.
Up towards B. Major is close by. Oh, they start spamming. They should have heard that they hit him. Still gets a kill out of it because the flashes were in there. They were turning away. But Axel locked in on these B site entries. Another fantastic adjustment. Now Cloud9 have a great chance of getting this bomb down. And with a man advantage, I don't know if Eternal Fire can risk going for a 3-on-4 retake unless they find something. Ooh. And they find nothing. Shiro wins the AWP fight.
They have to call it, surely. Still heading towards the site, though, at least half of them.
Is that AWP even still on the map? Might have fallen off.
Maybe. KD is still hanging around. No kit. Cloud9 head towards 14 after all. Oh, he's only got a USP. Where's his gun? What's happening? He's only got a USP. Everyone needs a glass of water, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe. Something to calm down. And Axel has just been deadly. He's been ruthless on these B-site entries. That's Shiro spotting the AWP on the edge. Very aware that the AWP might be holding that angle. See woxic there earlier as well. So now Eternal Fire only really have this hero M4. Looks like they may have collapsed here on their CT side. Not looking good right now for them on their map pick. Xantara has come up with the goods. Or is it a pistol player who's going to step up? Tried to take that fight on mid, but not given to him. Oh, Axel caught off guard. That's something for Eternal Fire to work with. Now they'll try and rotate back to A and beat this push.
Awkwardness continues then. Oh, boy. There's no response. They've got one molly. The smokes are up. There's another smoke in the hands of Major and mid as well. Cloud9 are just holding in the 3 versus 5 as that clock heads towards 40 seconds. Now Major's gone towards being deployed his smoke over there. So that's something. But if they're going to leave this to the last second and try to plant a bomb in smokes against 5 people, then I do wonder. Oh.
Oh.
25 seconds on the clock. This can only end in disaster for Cloud9. There's no way they win this. They can just swarm. They can just push all together. And yeah, they might get sprayed down, but maybe they won't. There's 10 seconds left. Oh, they've done it. They're halfway there. They're still alive, but they're not looking for Calyx. Oh, Perfecto! Man, these rounds are terrifying. I could barely talk. I'm just watching madness happen round after round.
Wow, I'm sure they were sweating in that one. Oh, that's the angle below the smoke that spotted Shiro. But at least they had the 2 smokes left. They got that first entry. And the fake plant looked like the right shout there. Eternal Fire try and commit players through, but they get dealt with. Still so impressive for Perfecto. And Eternal Fire would have hoped to coordinate a little better there, but Perfecto allowed to turn back. So it is Cloud9 up to map point. Chance to steal away Eternal Fire's pick, but they have lost the first duel in this one.
Oh, Major not ready for Electronic's position. That could be a huge mistake. They had the advantage, Eternal Fire. Now they're swarming the site. Perfecto here as well. Look at the numbers for Cloud9. Zantares and Mercadia racing towards the site. That will be curtains. Hobbit with the transfer. 16-11. A very difficult game across the board, I feel like. But it's Cloud9 who take it in the end.